You know that feeling when you want to get closer to something truly meaningful, something sacred, but there's this little voice in your head that just holds you back? Well, a lot of us feel that way, especially when it comes to the Qur'an. But what if that little voice is completely wrong? Let's get into a story that might just prove it.
Okay, so picture this. It's right after the dawn prayer. The mosque has this incredible sense of peace, and a group starts a Qur'an circle. But you're kind of sitting off to the side. You really want to join, but you're just paralyzed by this fear, right? This fear of messing up, of what people will think. It's a real battle, a tug of war between what your heart wants and what your fear is telling you.
But what if I told you there's a simple, historical fact that could just silence that fear? A single piece of information that completely reframes that whole struggle. So let me ask you this. Just take a guess. When do you think the Prophet's journey with the Qur'an actually started? When he was a kid? A teenager? The answer is, well, it's a total game changer for anyone who feels like they've missed the boat.
40. The answer is 40 years old. He wasn't some child prodigy. He was a grown man, with a life, with experiences. So if the Prophet's own relationship with the Qur'an began at 40, how could it possibly be too late for any of us?
And this is where it gets even more beautiful. The Imam in our story points out that the struggle itself is actually honored. It's not about being perfect from day one. It's about the effort. Just the act of trying, of maybe stumbling over the words, is so valued that you get a double reward. One for the recitation itself, and another just for the effort you're putting in. How amazing is that? Okay, so we've established that the journey is rewarded no matter how clumsy our first steps are. But what exactly are we connecting with here? I mean, what is the Qur'an? So, for Muslims, the Qur'an isn't just an inspired book. It's believed to be the actual, literal word of God, unchanged. It wasn't delivered all at once either. It was revealed over a period of about 23 years, starting when the Prophet was 40 and finishing up right before the end of his life. It was a gradual unfolding of the message. And it's really helpful to know how it differs from the other main source in Islam, the Sunnah. Think of it like this. The Qur'an is the direct word of Allah. The Sunnah, which is what the Prophet said and did, was also inspired by Allah, but the wording is the Prophet's own. With the Qur'an, the wording is from Allah, period. So we have this incredible 1,400-year-old message, but connecting with it today doesn't have to feel like a history lesson. Actually, thanks to technology, it's more accessible right now than it has ever been. I mean, what used to require finding a teacher in person is now quite literally in the palm of your hand. There are amazing apps, desktop programs, searchable websites. You can even get one-on-one tutoring online. You can listen to the most beautiful recitations from around the world on your commute. The barriers are pretty much gone. And you know what the best part is? Starting is so simple. You don't have to dive into complex grammar. Just listen. Find a reciter you like online and just let the sound in. Then maybe pick up a translation in your own language and just read, connect with the meaning. And if you're feeling a little more adventurous, tons of places offer free trials for online classes. It's all about small, easy steps. Because at the end of the day, when you boil down all the history and all the modern tools, what you're left with is something very simple. A timeless invitation that's meant for you, right here and right now. Let's go back to that person from the beginning, the one sitting on the edge of the circle. Well, inspired by the Prophet's story, they take a deep breath and they join in. And yeah, their voice is a little shaky, but guess what? No one laughs. They're met with smiles, with nods of encouragement. And just like that, the fear disappears. That one small step felt like a giant leap. And that really is the heart of it all. It is never, ever too late to start. The Qur'an is often described as a light, as a form of guidance. And that light is always on. It's just waiting for you to turn towards it. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you're from, or what you think you sound like. So really, this isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of yours. Because this isn't just about information. It's an invitation. So whether it's just listening to one verse online, reading one page of a translation, or even just making that quiet intention in your heart, what's your first step going to be?